Hey guys, welcome back. It's week 24 and we get to talk about heroes. So, kind of interesting really, but I think I have more to say about heroes than villains. And ironically, it's because I don't like heroes as much. That sounds weird, but it's true. I'm a lot more particular about the kinds of heroes I write than villains. I'm kind of like, as long as you can come up with a good motive, anything goes for a villain. But when it comes to heroes, there are things that I like and don't like about heroes. I like kind of reluctant heroes who are kind of just thrown into a situation and they have to deal with it somehow. I like to have heroes or protagonists, main characters, whatever you want to call it, with a lot of internal conflict. Otherwise, they're just not fun, and I don't like them. I don't like stories that have, like there's a prophecy and the hero is like the chosen one. Because then you set it up as like, oh, this person is great, and they're gonna go do these heroic deeds, and they can't fail. Okay. Why do we care? It's more interesting if you have, a character who is, like I said, just thrown into a situation, has to figure out a way to deal with it, has to overcome adversity through his or her own, strength and wits, and has to find their own answers and solutions to things and work things out on their own. There's a delicate balance you have to achieve with heroes, and you can't have a hero who's like too useless or whiny or doesn't do anything, but you don't want a hero who's too heroic, too overpowered, too good. So there's kind of a delicate balance you have to find in there. And I usually do that by setting up a main character from the beginning as someone you don't like. I'm weird. I do everything, like, messed up. I like to make villains that you sympathize with, and heroes that you kind of hate at first. Like, in my main science fiction, crazy, post-apocalyptic story that you've heard me talk about off and on, my main character in that is kind of the typical thing, troubled life, whatever. Of course, everyone in this story is kind of a little off in the head, but he's especially, just out for himself, doesn't care about anyone else, and he kind of becomes the hero because he's just kind of like swept along in this series of events that he didn't really want to have anything to do with, but he just kind of keeps ending up in the wrong place at the wrong time, or the wrong place at the right time, if you want to see it that way. And he just kind of, as these things keep happening, and he meets new people, gets involved in different things, finds out more about kind of the world he's lived in all this time, he kind of starts to change. And to me, that's the key thing you have to have with a main character, is that there has to be a lot of character growth and development, and they need to change at some point in the story, have some kind of, epiphany or something. And it can either be, like a character going from, being someone you kind of hate to, like, they go through this change to be, oh, not such a bad guy. Or, maybe it goes the other way and character hits an epiphany and is disillusioned. And, maybe you don't have such a happy ending with your story. It happens. So, but yeah, I have a lot of trouble writing main characters. I really go more for kind of like the supporting character roles. I really like to write kind of the sidekicks, supporting characters, secondary characters. They're the ones I like to focus on personally. And I think it's just because the way I am with my personality, I relate more to those kinds of people than, you know, the main character, who's, you know, the star of the show. Yeah, that can lead to interesting things. I've actually had stories where I've switched out like a main character with a secondary character because I ended up liking the main character so much I didn't want them to be the main character. It's really weird the way my brain works. So I guess that's all I have on heroes. I always feel like there was something I was going to say and I forget to say it. So I'm probably forgetting to say something here, but oh well. This video is probably long enough now. As it is, I haven't been keeping track. But anyway. Yep, that's all I have to say for this week about heroes. And I will just see you guys all next week. Alright. Have a good day. Bye.